morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another day. Today just happens to be a very, very big day for the market. It is Jerome Powell and the FOMC interest rate decision and question and answer session day. We got the QRA this morning. The one thing that I was really paying attention to and that I really wanted to get more info on is out. So we're going to be talking about that. We had AMD and Amazon earnings last night. You guys know I sold, 100 shares of AMD yesterday before earnings at like 161.30, which that was pretty good. Not a bad sale there. Saved myself a little bit of money, locked in some of those gains there. Have a lot more firepower to buy some things that I want to buy. But overall, I mean, I haven't dove real deep into those earnings yet. I looked at the headline numbers. To me, and some of the statements that were made to me, wasn't that great. Didn't really see them really doing all that they could be doing in this market. But again, we can talk about that, let's say in like VIX Insights or something. There are a couple of other companies that I really want to talk about with you guys coming up in VIX Insights. We got one coming out this weekend for you guys. But guys, it is that time of day again. Say good morning to somebody in the live chat if you guys would like to say good morning to me as well. I'd love to receive some good mornings over here. If you guys are new to the stream, say hi. Let everybody know that you're in here trying to learn bettering yourself in the markets over here. We'd love to welcome you to our little group here. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. Helps out a whole lot with the algorithms over here, spreading these streams out to some more people. Let's have a great day again, team. I actually don't have anything right now. I got nothing. I'm just waiting for Powell. I want to see what happens with Powell. We have NFP. There's really only one thing, two things really that I want to pay attention to in Powell later in the actual FOMC meeting, which we're going to be streaming. The first one is going to be, I mean, how he's reacting to GDP. That's kind of the lesser important one, but I want to hear the details on if they're going to slow the pace of the balance sheet runoff. That is going to be very important for markets. If you're going to see, let's see, that type of liquidity kind of be added back in, or some of this QT not happening, the less selling pressure coming in from the Fed, well, then you obviously could see these bond yields come down. So that is something that I'm paying attention to, along with what happened with the QRA this morning, which we're going to be paying attention to. But let's see who we have in here this morning. Let's see. Tor, Everett, Dr. Bob, Squirrel, Samuel, Daily Taylor, Starsky, Rogue, Jay, Rycack, Romeo, Michael, Brosio, Caesar, Angel, Kashmiri, Eddie, Rick, Todd, good morning. Jackie, good morning, everybody. So I also want to talk about two things over here. One, you guys are welcome for ACB. I just could let you know right now. I mean, this thing took a little while. I ended up on this day, I didn't really like this, but so I ended up ditching it at a slight profit in here. But again, in that tweet, I said, do what you got to do. The setup is still valid. There was no stop out on that one. And really, the setup was nice move from what we usually like to look for and playing into the date, which was yesterday, where you were probably going to get that rescheduling. So there you guys go. That was a what? Running up to that first TP there. A 1-to-4 risk to reward trade. You're welcome. Swing Kings for the win, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, and then we had the DJT. DJT hit some nice TPs. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God, we got DJT as well. Guys, I mean, how many times am I going to call just like the most insane moves in the stock market happening? It's just over and over and over. Like it's like every single one I feel like we're on. This one, I mean, I did pretty well on with the options. The problem was with this is the options just weren't moving. I mean, I was buying my contracts when this thing was trading like right around 38. And when we were coming up into here, I mean, these contracts were only up like 150%. If this thing gave it back at all, those contracts were going to knife. So I was still able to make some nice money on it. But again, from all the things that we've been teaching you guys, a lot of you guys went with the shares, and this thing is absolutely printing. So first TP was right here around 50. Which I believe was a 5.5 to 1. Yeah, or 1 to 5.24 risk to reward. The second one up here at around 56 is about a 1 to 8 risk to reward. Guys, what are we doing here? This is just ridiculous. Every time. Powell, didn't this run up last FOMC too? No, I don't think it did. No. That's different. I think they had earnings. There's some other different news going on with that company that I've seen. But guys, look at these. Filthy, man. Filthy. So, I mean, good work there. I still wish I took the shares on DJT over the options. Again, I'm trading a lot more shares these days than I am options just because of the way that a lot of them are priced. The ACB was one of the dirtiest shares trades that I've seen in a while. That first one went 1 to 16. That was insane. The other ones I'm looking for here, PDD, Lulu. Lulu is still holding. It is down a little bit more in the pre-market here. Again, depending on what happens with FOMC today, we'll see if this setup still remains valid for us. And then Pinduoduo, I believe the Chinese markets are closed today for some reason. I forget what the exact reason is, but I saw something that said China markets are closed. So I don't know if I'd expect this to do a whole lot. Same thing with Yin. Those will probably chop around a little bit today and just kind of react to US markets. Um, and then TMF. So I have TMF up here today instead of the 10-year because I think the market is pendulum swinging a little bit too aggressively. Labor Day week. Okay, thank you. Workers Day. Yeah. So I think the market's swinging in a little bit too much of a pendulum back and forth. Now, obviously, I don't think that we're going to get 5, 6, 7 rate cuts. That doesn't make any sense. But pricing in 0 this year, basically, which is what we're doing, it's like 1 or 0. I mean, that's kind of a little aggressive. Even though the oncoming data right now does not suggest any rate cuts happening through now into the summer, a lot of that data could potentially change. And the other thing that you're seeing too is you're seeing some elements of business really struggling. Like I posted that on Twitter yesterday that like 53% of small businesses, according to this survey, were like failing to pay rent last month. That's horrendous. That's awful. So you are seeing certain sectors really struggling. You're also seeing the consumer being relatively weak. Credit card utilization is way up. Credit card delinquencies are way up. They're at like 2008 levels. So there are a lot of things moving. Again, the labor market is a really interesting one that you have to pay attention to because we are going to be getting NFP on Friday. The interesting thing, though, is that if the market starts to view it as, oh, part-time jobs skyrocketing again, is going to be somewhat of a bullish thing, which I personally don't think it is. I think a lot of those part-time jobs are coming from people who are struggling to meet their day-to-day needs and are being forced to take on second jobs. So that I wouldn't say that's necessarily a sign for health in the economy. But when you look at PCE, overall personal incomes looked like they were up a very significant amount. So that is going to be an interesting thing to look at there as well. You guys are crushing the like button today. I thank you guys. I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, looking at these trades here, guys, with DJT, that we've had, and then the ACB coming around here. I mean, the messages that I was receiving from you guys yesterday on the ACB, like one of you guys made 2,500% on this. Like that's in absolute insanity, guys. Like congratulations to all of you guys that are taking advantage of all the education I provide. The 50% off deal there. I mean, remember that deal is ending at the end of May, and these streams. Again, we talked about this yesterday. We're gonna do 2 private streams a week within all of you with you guys in the course. But the rest of it is me going to be creating the content that that I know that everybody needs to understand, whether or not they understand they need it yet. That's what I want to do. I want to make sure that we're stepping up our content, making sure that you guys actually have the tools and the skills that you need in order to have long-term success in the market. Because what a lot of people think is, ooh, if I learn a specific trade setup, I'm fine. It's like, no, that's not the case. You have to understand broad markets as a whole if you want to have long-term success in them. You can't just come into the market and say, oh, look, maybe this, look at my set. That's not how you have long-term success. You don't learn anything. So that's what we're going to be doing. You guys have until the end of May here to hop in, get that 50% off deal, and then it's over. But let's see. What else do we have? RKT is an interesting one. So I know I was talking a lot about playing the potential move down in rates that we could see off of like LABU or RKT or something like that, some of those names that are a little bit more interest rate sensitive. And while I may do them if they start to set up, I think just going for that straight shot on something like TMF would be a little bit better. That's kind of what I'm viewing. With TMF here, I think this thing has the potential if rates start coming down a little bit. Because again, everybody is expecting Powell to come out super hawkish today. So if that is going to be priced in and it's not as bad as people think, and like if he says things that are like, ooh, he leans more into the hawkish side, but it's not as hawkish as people think, I mean, yields could come down. You also have to keep an eye out for this USD JPY situation with the yen. We've been talking about this a lot and how important this is. That intervention basically did nothing. Like you're pretty close back to 160 here. And it's possible that if these interventions do not actually make a difference, you could see a flight out of the yen and back into the dollar. which would be interesting. And that would pump this up even more. Wrecked Customs, good morning, man. Yeah, so China markets are closed today. Let's see if we have, let's talk about QRA really quickly before. So the quarterly refunding statement over here. Again, you can go through this. You can look at the net issuance and go through all of that. I don't think that it's not going to be that much different. The one thing that is different, that is very important, is the Treasury announced at the last QRA, they're going to be launching a new buyback program. So what I wanted to know is, what are the details of this buyback program actually going to be? Because if the Treasury is going to come out and be buying securities, it very much seems like open market operations from the Fed, stuff that the Fed would do, going out and buying bonds. So they're saying that, this is basically going to be to provide liquidity. Like right here, when you look at this, it's like operation type, liquidity support. But when you come back over here, I really wanted to just know the amounts. So today, the Treasury is announcing the launch of its buyback program and is releasing a tentative buyback schedule for the May to July 2024 quarter, with the first operation intended for Wednesday, May 29th through July 2024. The Treasury plans to conduct weekly liquidity support buybacks of up to $2 billion per operation in nominal coupon securities. So that's $2 billion a week, and then $500 million potentially in TIPS, Treasury inflation protected securities. So what that basically is saying, that there's going to be about $8 to $10 billion worth of buybacks per month. Now, if you think about that on a year, if that's going to be the whole year, I mean, that's decent. That's a decent sized buyback that the Treasury is going to be doing. Now, how much interest is that actually going to eliminate? I mean, not much. It's not going to eliminate like billions of dollars worth of these interest payments. And typically what you would expect to see when buybacks occur is, if the Treasury, let's say from now all the way until, like July, we saw interest rates tank. And the Fed was already out here selling a bunch of bonds at, let's say, what the rates are now, like 4.5. And let's say they went to 3.5. Well, in that case, a buyback would basically be, it's almost like refinancing. They're going to buy back the existing debt and then resell all of that debt at a lower rate. So that's typically what a buyback would be for. But in this case, they're basically just saying, liquidity support. So is there a lack of liquidity in the Treasury market right now? Well, that's not a very good thing to be looking at. So we'll have to wait and see. I'll ask some other people what they think about that. But I mean, my thoughts are, again, either way, it probably has the ability to push yields down a little bit. Same thing with the Fed tapering, slowing. I don't want to say taper, but like slowing the runoff of their balance sheet. That will have an effect there as well. You could also see if USD JPY starts to come down, you see they convert their yen back into USD. And then they start buying more bonds. That could provide some more buying pressure. But that relationship between the dollar, the yen, and bonds is very strange, because what you should typically see, guys, so this is how the cycle will work and how the circle will work, is that if you see repatriation, you see less demand for dollars, higher demand for yen. So you would see dollar down, yen up, bonds yields down. That's typically what you would see. But it's a fast cycle, because if the relationship between the US dollar and the yen starts to go out of whack, well, then you see it go right back the other way. So think about it like this. This would be in the case that they don't actually have to sell any bonds to repatriate, because it doesn't look like they do with all the bonds that are maturing. So they're not selling, they're just not providing new demand. Let's just put it that way. So that's going to be like a little assumption that we're going to make for that. So if that's the case, well, then when they convert back from yen to dollars, they get more dollars than they were able to previously at the first conversion. So then they get more dollars, they can buy more bonds, pushes yields down more, because then they provide more demand, again, with the Fed coming in and slowing the runoff of the balance sheet, and then the Treasury coming in and performing the buybacks. So that's what I'm really interested in, to see if that is going to be the case. But dude, I can't, like, shout out to you guys in here. I mean, the amount of gains that I've seen you guys making from these swing setups that we've been talking about is just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. We have PMI in a few minutes. No, no. We got construction. We got 80. We already got ADP employment. Construction spending at 10. ISM manufacturing at 10. Job openings at 10. We could see a little bit of movement off of those, especially job openings. But then again, it's really just going to be 2 p.m. and 2:30, which we'll be back live for then. Shouldn't take that long. Daniel, should not take that long. But I'm not sure. Probably a day. I would say it's probably a day. You should get an email from them. Let's see. But congratulations on passing that, Daniel. That is awesome. And again, team, as you guys are filtering in here, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Dude, DJT is just another. Look at that. Look at that, man. What a trade there. I mean, Swing Kings for the win. I mean, we show you guys this stuff every week. It's so filthy. So filthy. What else am I looking at? Well, PDD and Lulu are ones that I'm interested in. If you do see that slow, like the slowing of the balance sheet runoff, you actually might see the market rip on that. Their rules are much better. It's like the best of Apex and the best of Top Step. Thank you. Yeah, dude, it is. It is. Like, dude, my funded futures is fire. Let me. I'll grab that link for you guys here too. I mean, that is the best futures prop firm that I've seen. The rules are awesome. I mean, they have those sales. I mean, you guys missed the sale. Those of you guys that didn't do it, the $50 for any account size, they might do another one this month. But either way, that's probably where you want to be. But happy FOMC day, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 14 minutes to go here. I have a very busy schedule today. I've got stream with you guys this morning, stream for Powell later. We have mastermind tonight, and I also want to get a Powell recap video out for you guys later. So make sure you guys have notifications turned on for this YouTube channel. Again, we're going to be making a lot more YouTube videos here. And especially when we start only streaming to you guys in the courses there. There's going to be a lot more content coming out for you guys. And those streams are going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays. TMF up. Yields down a little. I mean, we don't really have to look at ACB here. We can. I mean, if you guys rode this one up, you had the shares on it. I mean, stops are at break even, and you're just potentially hunting this next level. With DJT, same deal. I mean, you ran through this 50 yesterday. Your stops are at break even. I mean, the next target there is 56.23, and it's right there. I mean, if you guys nail this 1 to 8 risk to reward on DJT, that's going to be sick. I just had to get out of the options. They were moving so strangely that like it was not worth taking that additional risk because they were just pricing those options and moving them so strange. And that's one of the reasons I'm going to trade a lot more shares. It makes more sense, especially, well, mainly on things like a DJT or something like that. Like if it's like an AMD setup, like, yeah, or RKT, like we're going to sling the options a little bit. But think about that. You got a 1 to 5, little over 1 to 5. You risk 2%. I mean, you're up 10% on your account in one trade. What platform will the videos be released? What do you mean? The YouTube video? YouTube. But so for you guys in the courses, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create like a new section. You know how you go through and it's like by section, like options, futures. There's gonna be a new section in both of them that's called streams that I'm just gonna put the links to those private streams into. So all you got to do is go into the learning platform. You click the link, you're good to go. All right, let's see. Thanks, Vic. No problem, Jamie. All right, let's see. ES trying to come up a little. I mean, it's down, what, 0.18? Probably not doing much on this today. I'm really just looking to see if Lulu and PDD can hold. PDD is probably going to be all right. Lulu is iffy. Just kind of the way it's looking here, like it is still holding in this range, but it is kind of dropping down below this 10. If it like I really just need it above like 367.33, and then I'll take something on it. That's kind of what I'm looking for there. There's a lot of upside potential on that one. A lot. PDD is another one. Good morning, Vixen, everyone. Good morning, Benjamin. Let's see. What else? I don't see anything coming through the news feed. I could look though. Let me see. No, Republican Taylor Greene says she will call for a vote to oust Speaker Johnson next week. Why did they're just playing games here, man? I don't know what they're doing over there in the House. That's crazy. They're going nuts, man. They're like, "Oh, we got a new guy. He's gonna be great." Just kidding. Get him out of there. Oh. Happy Powell Day, ladies. Yeah, so we're gonna be live for Powell later. We'll probably be back live at around 1:45 for Powell after this morning stream. What brokerage do I use? Like Webull, Tradeovate, Ninja Trader, and then the big accounts at a different one. But nobody is gonna be able to use that one, so it's not even worth saying it. Let's see. Webull has futures now, though, which is, dude, freaking DJT. Wish I took the dang shares. There's a car giveaway. There's no car giveaway. Dude, that whole car giveaway thing was wild. Let's attack our own D. Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. They're going wild over there. Bunch of political nonsense. DJT up another 10% in the pre-market. I mean, you guys are welcome. That and ACB from this week is filthy. ACB was up 46% yesterday. Like, come on now. Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, those watch lists and everything we talk about with the Swing Kings is just ridiculous. I couldn't imagine being on the outside, like just missing them being like over and over and over and over again. You guys just see the craziest trades in the market. Let's see. All right, TMF. The risk to reward if this thing sets up is gonna be dirty. It's gonna give me a little insight into where this wants to go after Powell today and potentially NFP. So this might be a next week thing, but I am gonna be interested in this. I'm gonna be very interested in TMF. Maybe Lebu, but I don't think so because you could easily still see the market come down and drag Lebu with it. Like just because yields come down. Also, this is all right. So we're gonna have another VIX Insights research report coming out for you guys soon, and it has to do with BTFP and just that is that introduced some serious moral hazard into the market, not necessarily with the banks, but from overall market participants. And I can kind of tell you what they did but we're going to break it down like really in depth in there, do another whole big long research report for you guys, but they essentially removed interest rate risk from the market, or the perceived interest rate risk, which is not good. Because think about it like this. If the Fed is raising rates and they need the market to react to rates going up, and then they remove basically the fear of interest rates going up in the market for bad things to happen, well, raising rates isn't really going to have an effect. So that's going to be another one within VIX Insights for you guys. CVS got hammered, I believe. Oh my God. What the, jeez, this thing got mollywopped. Oh my God. Ouch. Bad earnings. TJ, good morning, buddy. Yeah, I want to see Lulu hold this 10, hold this range really, and see what it wants to do. I mean, If it can't, I mean, this thing's going to drop pretty significantly. This is like a 50-50 spot. It reminds me of this. Lulu right here reminds me of Tesla in here. So it has the potential to make a very significant move up, but if it invalidates, it's probably going to get killed. So we'll see. We'll see. 5 minutes to go until open, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, we're 6 likes away from 50 already. Thank you. Appreciate it. ES turning up here a little bit. Where's PDD? RKT, I'm kind of interested in, but not necessarily yet. We've had some crazy trades on RKT. This one was dirty. This is probably one of the nastiest trades that we've seen on Swing Kings here. Hawaii, good morning, buddy. What else? PDD. That's what I'm looking at. It's just a little bit of it's a little bit too big of a zone there. I mean, or a range. Like after this big move up, it's expected that this thing is gonna. I'd love to see it tighten up, just chop, 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 and then start to get going. So this may not be the level that I actually hunt for the break. It might be something lower. It might end up being something lower. We'll see though. We will see. DJT. You're welcome, everybody. You're welcome. ACB. You're welcome. Filthy, man. Absolutely filthy. Doing a project for your MBA. Can I look at AZN? Just initial thoughts. Not looking to buy it. Didn't they report good earnings? I mean, I'm not gonna be able to look into the fundamentals of it right now. I mean, that chart looks. I mean, you got some steam here. You're right at, I believe, all-time highs. It's not bad. I mean, this thing, this farm. I mean, how's the weekly look? Because you might be able to get a better look on the weekly. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, that's not something I would trade, obviously. If you're looking for me to do like a fundamental analysis of it, I mean, I'd need some time for that, David. I need some time to do that. I wouldn't be able to do it right now. What's my DJT profit target level? I mean, you already hit the first one yesterday at 50, and then the second one's at 56.23. So if you're on the shares, I mean, after you hit this 1 to 5 risk to reward, stops break even, you're hunting that next one. You either get stopped at break even on the rest, or you hit that next TP at like a 1 to 8. I mean, what? Mara's at 16? Yes. Die, Mara. Die. Lower. I want Mara in my launch zone. Just get down there, and we can have some fun with it. Mara gets to that launch zone, we are gonna have a lot of fun. Oh my. Let's see. Yeah, I know we're talking a lot about these just epic trades here that we've been taking, but for those of you guys that still want to hop in and get that education, and again, that 50% off deal for all the education there is going to end at the end of the month, and that's also when these streams are going to be only for the people in the courses as well. You also get to watch this every single week, where I'm basically showing you these are the stocks that I'm looking at, which is like here you go. I don't just teach you how to do it; I lead you in the right direction as well. So again, those of you guys that still want to hop in there, that are ready to go and finally give yourself a fighting chance in the market, there you go. Mara at 10 or 14. No. It's like, it's way lower than that. It's like, this is 1065, or it's like remember the 1066 breakout levels that we had? I mean, this was the 1200% Mara. I should have just traded the shares on this. This was 600% to here. But the range is like 1066 to 850. So if Bitcoin can knife for us, oh, Mara, cut down there. I'll be thrilled on that. Any MyFunded futures update specials? I don't think there's any deals on it now, but I mean, they're still in my opinion the like best futures prop firm to be using right now. You're doing the fundamental analysis for it? Nice, David. There you go. I mean, it's a little cooked is kind of how I would view it there. Just the way that I view things, like they're a little cooked. Also, the other it's not really useful, but all right, we got 20 seconds to go until open, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Here we go. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's have another good day. I mean, this is more so just going to be a sit back, wait, relax, and see what happens type of day. Where's TMF? Yield's coming down going into open. So TMF right under the 10. DJT opened up, flying around. Mara, come on, dude, just knife. Just knife for us. Where's Lulu? That's not great. Closing down below the 10, I'm not, or opening down below the 10, I'm not the biggest fan of that. I want to see how that does today. PDD, I don't hate, especially. This would be, remember I was saying I might front run that one? This one I might front run. I don't know, though. It'd be with tight risk. Really, really tight risk. I'd size that one down pretty significantly. Lulu down. Again, until this thing gets above and starts to validate above a couple of these levels, it's nothing. It doesn't matter. So, I mean, those DJTs, though, where's ACB? Is that thing going to flicker around? I mean, they had probably the best day on record yesterday. Or no, what is this? I mean, that's 72%. This was 40, 46. That was a good one. Oh, where is there's this one I want to keep watching. Faz. That's up. Sox ass. Inverse semi. Oh man, those mother. I hate that things don't meet my setup and where I want to put risk, and then they just rip on me. I'm like, I see things and I'm like, I can't do it. It doesn't fit what I like to look for, and then boom. I gotta start slinging stuff a little bit. I don't know. It's into Powell. I'm not really looking to do a whole lot. I want to see how this market kind of shakes out and reacts to what is going to be said today. Really, I'm looking closely at yields. That's really what I'm doing here. So again, rejecting off the 10 here on TMF. Ideally, I'd like a couple of closes above this 10, consolidate, and then potentially make a move up with this starting to invalidate down below here. Starting to roll over. That's kind of what I'm looking at. And then if you look at this too, remember the biddies that we had from a few weeks ago? I mean, I'm out of these, but biddy finally ran to that, almost to that final TP there. If you guys are still holding that one. So this is where I had it from that Friday, about 770. That was a good one. But I just flipped it up to here. It was like 770 to 850. I mean, that was it wasn't the craziest trade ever, obviously, but it was a really nice base hit. Come on. And then let's get, where's Lulu? Okay. PDD. Where's the 10? 124.13. So it's got a little bit room down. It does have a little bit room down there. That's fine. This one, I mean, it's pretty rangy, and China's been an interesting theme. Where's yin? Is yin down again today? Oh, yin's up. All right. Yin up 1.5%. That's not bad. I mean, this isn't necessarily like convergence. It's just like selling off into it. Like this is convergence. Like right here, when you see that, that's nice slow convergence into that EMA there, which is where we nailed the AMD. Oh, AMD in the 140s. That's no fun. I mean, my covered calls are definitely getting a nice boost today off of that. Was able to lock in again the covered call sales that I made on AMD, which was not even on like all the position. Got my entire initial investment back. If obviously it's below the strike by I think next summer, I think is when those options are. And then I sold 100 shares, so got like a little over 16 grand back that I can use for other things. Now, one of those other things, Palantir, come on, just sell down, get down below 20, dude. I just want it lower. Another one's Hood. I think Hood's interesting. Hood's probably, where is it? If this thing, that's got some room down, but where's Baba? Guys, we got another one. Oh man, I'm telling you, I think China we could have some nasty China trades this summer. I already have the yen. I think PDD could be fun. I think if Baba can start to get above these ranges, especially if this is the breakout that sends it above these ranges, oh boy. You guys have seen the Baba trades in the past. Again, make sure, again, those of you guys that aren't in Swing Kings yet and taking advantage of that 50% off deal, I mean, Don't miss it. You guys see it every single day. And remember, I think this is a confusing thing too, guys. It's one-time fee. It's not monthly. Like it's not a monthly thing. It's just one-time fee. You get access to everything forever. So is Lebu a wait and see? Yeah, Lebu's ripping. I'm gonna lose my mind. Where's XBI? Screw you, Lebu. Hold on. So maybe I do go for the Lebu because yields down. Like you are seeing yields down, and biotech is reacting. Look at XBI here. This is showing a couple of things. I mean, it's like, well, biotech is very risky. So if you're seeing people buy biotech, that could be risk on. I kind of want it above a year. I mean, I'll put an alert here on XBI, and then Lebu. I mean, I'll throw an alert. Do I really want to be doing anything crazy during Powell? No, but I mean, I like it. Oh, freaking Lebu. One time, how much? If it's 50% off. I mean, they're 300 each, but with the 50% off deal, it's 300 for both of them. I think, yeah, I feel like everybody's confused about that. Guys, it's not monthly. It's one time. VIX Insights is monthly, but that's $15 a month for the market research and the single stock analysis. Freaking Lebu, man. I'm pissed. Like, cause this I got stopped on just randomly yesterday. Just at open, just bink out. Let's see. Biddy hit that TP level at the 1 to 3.33. That's good. PDD, it's getting down there. It is getting down there. I mean, that's a decent move from. That could be fun, man. The front run on PDD could be fun. It's coming down. It's getting there. I don't know if I'm going to touch it there, though. Because I don't, again, it's Powell day. Like, I don't want to take any unnecessary risk. Like, I can always just wait for this thing to look better, consolidate off the 10, and then go. Why is biotech ripping? That doesn't make sense. It kind of does with yields doing what they're doing, but all right. If it hits this, I might do it. Jumped in recently. Did you say last day for both core? No, see, Rich. It's what do you call it? You have until the end of May to take advantage of that 50% off deal that I have, and then that's it. Then no more 50% off deal. I don't know. What's the range here? 494. That's the target. It's pissing me off. That's what it's doing. It's pissing me off is what it's doing. I want it, though. Wait, I have to do the math on it. I haven't even done the math. There it is. You a-holes. It's... What the... All right. Wait. Let me see. I want to see if I can get something on it. NVAC's doing its thing. Yeah. See, Rich. Hopefully you've seen kind of all the awesome stuff we've been doing in there. XBI, I think, did it. I don't know though. I want to look at XBI and see if it broke. XBI did. I want that as a rate trade. The spreads are awful on this thing. What the? They are just stealing on this. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can steal something. It's coming down. might have to wait. Actually, hold on. I might be able to do something different here. Ooh, this could be fun. Hold on. This could be very fun. No, I'm going to wait on it. I'm going to wait on it. I mean, I'm thinking about it, but it's pissing me off. Just consolidate here, please. Just like chill. Like Lebu, relax. I haven't done anything on this yet. I was just I needed to look at this for the math on it with the shares. A little bit too big of a candle there too. I don't know. Just leave it. Trump could make his big announcement Friday at Mar-a-Lago. Where's DJT? Did you get that move up to that second TP yet? No, it's close. I mean, you're getting up. What is that? 56.23. So that's TP2. If you really want to have fun, I mean TP3. 1 to 18. So you'd basically have this. You'd have TP1, TP2. If you want to sling it, I mean, do what you got to do. I'm not doing any of that though. The other thing is about the Lebu is since I've already been stopped on it, yesterday, I really would rather not just fly back into it, especially on Powell Day. Like you guys got to realize this too. Like last month, I was up over 20% on the swing account. That's crazy. In those times, and again, you guys saw all those trades. It was what ACB, SLV, DJT, ACB Part 2, which I was not able to take full advantage of, but the DRV, the BITI, what else was there? There was another inverse. There was one other inverse that was in there that was fun. So playing the shorts, the inverses was really good, but again, now I'm just kind of with Baba. I'm very excited about this. This chart I like. Going into earn it. I might just take the shares. I don't know. I might get some shares on Baba. I might get some shares. Where's Neo? Because Neo's been looking interesting. Neo! Whoa! I think they released some delivery numbers today too. Neo's an interesting one because they do things a lot differently than a lot of the other EVs. They don't charge, they battery swap. So I'd have to look at that and kind of see because I haven't looked at Neo in a while. You hope he chooses Tulsi? I do as well. Did you you guys see one of the other front runners? Something Gnome, I think. Like the Vegas odds of her after she released her memoir. Don't say what it is. YouTube's gonna hate me for this. But after she talked about like this stuff in her memoir, she just went from like being number 2 or something to 0. It's like, dude, you just completely screwed up your chances of being VP. Yeah, I mean, it's up. Yeah. Candace Owens would be a win? No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. He needs. I mean, Tulsi makes the most sense from a political perspective. I mean, she's already been in Washington. The dog thing, yeah, the dog thing. That's crazy, man. Like, and then everybody else, like, you see the DeSantis starts posting videos of like his dog. Hillary starts retweeting her stuff from like way long ago about like dog. Dude, it was ridiculous. Like, I don't know what they're doing there. That could have just been oh, I don't want to do this. Let's just tank my chances at being. That's what it looks like. That just looks like self-sabotage. No, I know. That was ridiculous. I was like, come on, guys. Really? This is what we're doing here? Yeah, PDD's not doing it. Is Baba still holding on or no? Baba is. Where's Yin? Is Yin still holding on? It was up 1.5% last time we looked. It lost it a little. ES flickering around. Seems like a detail she could have left out of her book. I would agree with you. Like, yields back up. Where's USD JPY? Where is that? down. That's interesting. Uh, Very different than I thought. That's true, but also you can't trust any of them, Daniel. So you can't trust any of them. So it's like, well, what's going to give you the best chances at accomplishing your goal, which in this case is to win an election? All right, let's get Bob back up here. I like this chart a lot. I kind of want to. Where's Dix? Dude, this has been a fun ride. Please don't. No. Shit. All right. Well, let's see. There you go, Rogue. Oh, don't. Yep, got it. I know. Yep, nope. Let's just leave it be. Nope, stop, stop. Oh man, you. Yeah, all right, guys. Yeah. Well, that was a little. That probably wasn't the best way to say what what I've done with my position there. But let's see. That X meme of Yellen was hilarious. Buy my bonds or else. I was trying to make one of Powell. Like I don't know how to make them. Um, I just see those on the internet and they're hilarious. There's one of the Yellen one is funny. I also tried to. All right, so here's what I did. I went into one of those like AI image generators, and I think I'm probably gonna be banned. Because the prompt that I gave it was Jerome Powell doing a drive-by. And then it pops up a thing that's just like error. I was like, all right, fair. That's fair enough. Fair enough. My bad. My bad. I don't know how they got that Janet Yellen image, but that's a funny one. But now I'm probably banned from those AI websites, and it was Adobe too, so I'm probably not allowed on there anymore. That was funny. Yeah, that one was good. Dude, Twitter was broken for a little while yesterday. DJT screwing around. I mean, that's a gem. That thing's been nothing but straight up since I gave that one to you guys. Kind of the same deal with not the same deal with ACB. That was a bit of a different one, but still played out. I just went see the thing with ACB. What I wanted. Ooh, hold on. Ideally, what I wanted to have happen with ACB was it to hold right in here into the 30th. So that this candle that it was going to get was going to potentially take us all the way up to here. So you blow through TP1 quick, and then you hunt TP2. But they screwed around with it too much. Down in here. They screwed around with it too much. Did I see Tulsi on PBD? Of course I did. I go back and forth sometimes. Not often, but like with Tom on Twitter. It's not even like a back and forth. I just say things and then he replies. And then that one time he quote tweeted where is it? I think I have it here. No, I don't have it here. But the Lehman Brothers mug. That one's funny. I love Tom. Tom's a great guy. If you guys have like an AI site that I can use to make those images, like I have so many funny ideas for them. I have to wait until somebody else makes a funny one on Twitter and then use it and then put my own caption to it because I don't know how to make them. But guys, remember, we are going to be back live at 1:45 p.m. Eastern for Powell. That's going to be fun. We're going to get the interest rate decision. We have a really busy day. We got mastermind for you guys tonight too. We're going to be going over financial statements. Yeah, last night's mastermind was epic. I think the link to the mastermind is floating around. We're what, this is week 8 of the mastermind. I think it's week 8. Yin back up. Baba. I want it, but I don't. Give it time. I'm in no rush, guys. Like, I'm really in no rush to do anything. And that's how I want a lot of you guys to be in the market too. Again, less trades, more profits. Power Director 360 has a great AI pick generator. All right, can you DM me the name to that, Hawaii? Because I'll forget. It was very good. Thank you, Daily Taylor. Yeah, last night was good. Tonight's going to be good. Next week, when we start talking about macro, that's going to be fun. Yeah, I literally have nothing here. I haven't seen the Tucker one. Do we have data at 10? Yes, we do. What is it? Job openings? Yeah, job openings is going to be interesting. I got to make some Twitter threads. I've just been so busy, guys. Like, the streams take up so much time. I like those Twitter threads, though. Those are good. If you guys, make sure you guys have, again, notifications on for YouTube and Twitter, and you guys will get notified. Neo popped up. Neo's going that much? Wow, man. I mean, late on it now. I'm not touching this, but I had some bottom fishing there. Baba's the one I really want. I have to look a little bit deeper into Baba's fundamentals, but from what I've heard, they're in a wildly strong position in comparison to their current valuation in the market. That's what I've heard. That's the rumor. That's the rumor. Eric, I mean, this is more what we talk about a lot in the streams is mostly this, like, all the swings, which most of you guys should be swing trading a lot more than day trading, but you guys, for some reason, all just think that day trading or trading in general is a fixed income instrument. But and then it's a lot of macro stuff, like understanding how the market works and things like that. So you can't really do that either. Like, sometimes I'll take swings on the stream. Like, I was looking at one this morning to get, but I didn't really want one. Like, it was the Lebu. Like, I wanted this, but it's a little bit too aggressive. It's just moving a little bit too aggressive. You make much better swings than day trades. Yeah, guys, especially if you do what I teach you how to do. Like, you guys saw yesterday, if you guys follow me on Instagram, when I put on my story, like, somebody made 2,500% on ACB. Like, if you're risking 1%, I mean, you just made 25% on your account. There you go. And that's what we're gonna do a lot more of too. I think on Instagram and TikTok. I mean, not a lot of people talk about swings in general. I think that's going to be what we do a lot of going forward. Because again, I think you guys have seen just the difference in your performance, focusing more on higher quality swings than trying to just scalp a 1 minute candle in intraday. It also teaches you a lot more. You understand a lot more things about the market. Yin's up. Dude, why does my trading view just like glitch out like that now? Neo ripping. Baba, I like it. I like it a lot because, like, first TP on Baba, like, where's it gonna be? Freaking 86? That's pretty dirty, man. What I might do, this is kind of what I'm thinking about Baba, is I might try and get some shares in the big account. And then I'll maybe sling some shorter dated options on the swing account. That's kind of what I'm thinking of doing with it. So like, I have, again, like, shares aren't going to expire, and then take a little bit of risk on the swing account and let that rip. That's kind of my thoughts on it. That's what I think I'm going to do. I like how it looks here, though, going into earnings. I mean, their earnings have not been received well by the market recently. Down, 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 up. But where would you go up? 73, right here. Bing. So we'll see. We'll see on that. I almost want more cap. I mean, I could do like 10 grand of Baba, maybe. Just an initial starter. And then if Palantir can get below, I'll use like the other 6 that I have in cash now for some Palantir. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I want more cash in that account. Like I might sell more things. I'm gonna have to deal with all the nonsense taxes this year, which is gonna suck, but whatever. Whatever, man. It's a good problem to have, I guess. I remember back in like when I first started creating content, like I had a friend that wanted Baba and he was buying it like I think it was in here. I told him don't do that. That's probably not a good idea. And then, I don't think he listened. That was one of my friends that like thinks they know better. And I was like, hey man, this is kind of what I do. I probably wouldn't do that. He's like, no. Why can't you put more cash in from your trading? Well, I could. I just don't really want to. I don't have to. If you understand, all right, the size of that account right now, it like what doesn't really make sense to put more cash in. It makes more sense to like rebalance it, if that makes sense. Because a lot of those positions are just like way overweight. But remember, I'm not in a rush either. Like I'm not using the money. Let's see. I mean, this is getting there. I gotta grab water real quick, guys. So give me like 2 seconds. Make sure that you guys are smacking that like button on the way in. I'll be back in like 2 seconds. Hello. Let's see. And then the other thing too, Aaron, is like, then why would I then put money from the trading account into the long-term account when I can just make more in the short term with the trade setups that we identify than if I were to put the money into the long term. Like it's different. Like, yo, SCV just wanted to come in and say what's up and thank you. You just put in $11,000 payout yesterday through Apex. You are a huge part of my trading success, and I wanted to say I appreciate you. Logan, shout out to you, buddy. That is absolutely amazing. Dude, you guys that have been following along over the years, taking this information, it's been awesome watching your growth. Logan, congratulations, buddy. You deserve it. Daniel, the MFF activation came through. 50K account with the discount code has a $50 activation fee, which is better than Apex, but it might be monthly. No, I don't think it's monthly. I think it's one time. So yeah, I mean, that's awesome. There you go. Congrats on passing that account, Daniel. That is awesome. Good for you, man. Great work. Great work, buddy. Logan, well, here's the thing. That's not Logan's first one. Logan's done this before. So, Logan, how old are you, buddy? Aren't you like 19, 20? Aren't you like 19 or 20? 21 maybe? Because I remember, I think you were the one that played basketball. The end of day drawdown saved your butt a few times. Yeah, I mean, guys, the my funded futures is, in my opinion, the best futures prop firm to be going for. It's like the best of Apex and Top Step. So I think that link is floating around somewhere. I don't know. I can throw the link in the live chat here for you guys though. They'll probably announce another deal at some point this month. But I don't know. You're 20, you turn 21 in September. Dude, Logan's 20 years old making 11 grand. Yeah, Tyler's in high school. Tyler's graduated though, I think, or he is graduating. More data out? Yeah. What is it? I want to see what job openings is. Job openings 8.48 million versus 8.756 million previous estimate. Wait, 8.68. So it's lower job openings. Where's the market going? Ouchie. Yeah. Job openings lower. Been a little over a year journey in the market, really just starting to put it together. Great work, Logan. Logan, we get you on the swings too, buddy. You're gonna be a monster. And that's the thing. Like a lot of you young guys that are in here, like one of the reasons why like I come through and teach you guys the things the way that I do is because once you understand it and you kind of go through that initial learning phase, like again, especially let's talk about the swings, for example. It really does not take very long to understand the setups and to take advantage of them. When you combine that with these swings having pretty solid risk to rewards, it gives you even more margin for error anyway. You're starting soon? Let's do it. Let's do it. But again, these are things and strategies and concepts that have worked in the market forever. It doesn't matter what market conditions there are. These are concepts that just continue to stand the test of time. It's the concepts that again some of the most successful traders of all time have used. Obviously, I put my own spin on it and change some things to make it work better for me and what I like to look for. But again, once you see it, it's like you can't unsee it, and you have a skill that nobody can take away from you. Just like Logan right now with the day trades too. You're short from 50-60. That's a good short. Squirrel, you've been killing it too. This is Squirrel. I don't know what the total is now that you've ran up on Apex or MFF, but Squirrel's another person that I wanna give a shout out to here as well. Like I think some of you guys might understand kind of Squirrel's story. I mean, I think we did it one time, but I mean I'm not gonna go into it right now. But Squirrel's had to deal with like a lot of adversity. Um, and he just comes in and just like crushes it in the market. Like you have those skills, man, and coming in and using those prop firms, like I've seen it. You've been crushing it, dude. And I think that message yesterday where you were like, "Oh my god," I was like shaking when I was up that much. I was like, "Dude, it's you're getting there, man." It's seeing your guys' growth in all of the learning that you guys have taken in and just kind of been putting to work. That's what we're here to do. Yeah, Lebu back down. I'm happy I haven't taken this one yet. I just want it needs to chill out. Lebu needs to relax. Just like chill for 2 days and be fine. And then we can get our move. Do you do more option trading or just swings? Well, I swing options. I do a lot more swinging shares now too. Just because the options market, I mean, we could do a whole video on the options market and how it's changed over the years. Like it's very different. Also, it's getting bright over here. We're gonna do some of this. Hold on. We got to adjust the camera. One sec. But most of the time, like I'll it's like 50-50 now for when I'll like swing shares versus options, but I'll day trade futures. Sometimes I'll like play some 0 day SPX for fun, but most of the stuff that I do is swinging. Which is again, I think it's much better for especially new people coming in to learn how to swing, and then if they want to learn how to day trade, do that because there is a lot more, let's say, risk in day trading, basically due to people's emotional state. Where's TMF? Is that above the 10 yet? No, it's close. Nikki Leaks headline. All right, hold on. Let me look at that. Where is he? The private sector job vacancy rate. Hold on. Private sector job vacancy rate fell to 5.3% in March, the lowest level since January 21. There were 1.3 vacancies for every unemployed worker in March, the lowest since August of 2021. Interesting. Netflix, I'm not interested in at all right now, Hawaii. I know that chart. I'm not looking at that at all. And this is the other thing too that I want you guys to understand. Um, the when you look at these charts on the daily and you go through, this is let's just use logic here in Hawaii. And I think a couple of other people, I know I was going back and forth with Todd yesterday. Um, take it slow, guys. Like just because I say something on a stream, if you don't fully understand exactly what's happening, don't touch anything. And then Hawaii on the other side too, it's like, all right, well, you've seen when these setups do form and they fire off and they start to get going. I mean, the ACB, the DJT, and a lot of those others that we've done over, let's say that I've shown you guys over the last, I don't know, 8 months here. There is no reason to try and do something different. The hardest part of swinging, this is the hardest part, is not doing anything. Like today, think about what I was thinking about doing today. The only thing I'm looking at a rate trade. So that's going to be something like LABU, TMF, maybe RKT. But with Powell coming in today and shocks that could get thrown into the market, you need to be patient. But patience only comes from understanding what happens when you behave intelligently in the market, right? Because if you know what over time your results should be or the types of setups that you're able to identify when you are patient and wait for them, you then can think, well, it doesn't make sense for us to try and do anything different in those other times, right? So you just have to be patient with it. Yin's up. So like this one, I'm interested in. Does it completely fit the setup? Not really. I mean, this was kind of it wasn't the best idea to actually start slinging this thing on what was this? Monday? It wasn't the best idea to do that. But again, with being up so much from the swings that we've had this last month, I was like, all right, I'm fine with the risk. We had the 10-year starting to close down below the 10 on the daily. I was like, all right, well, if the yields are going to continue to come down, this thing could easily get very, very jumpy to the upside. Took a little bit of risk that I was perfectly comfortable with doing, and it got stopped. So you'd recommend swinging shares rather than options for a beginner? Absolutely. I'd say absolutely shares make a lot more sense. And again, in the education I provide you guys, the breakdown between shares or options and futures for the day trades, and then also options and shares for swinging is talked about in great detail. You are right though. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. I'm on a 16-day green streak. Swings are going to be fun. Logan, you're going to crush it with them. You're going to crush it with them because the same types of thought processes they apply. And also, if you can learn the discipline with swings, like, and here's a good example of like ACB, the really big ACB trade that we had. This one, the 1 to 16 risk to reward. These shares went up like 88% in 3 days. With options, there's probably a zero probability that I would have held this up to 817. And you can see it like exactly what I did with the DJT as well. Because I was in those, the options weren't moving well, and I just ditched it at 150%. If I was on the shares, it probably would have been a lot better. It actually would have been a lot better. Honestly, you've been doing better swinging shares, smaller gains, but also less. Well, actually, if you set up the trade correctly with the proper risk, the gains on shares are either the exact same or sometimes more than trading options. The percentage gains are fun. Like it's like, ooh, look, 1,200%. But like, who cares? Right? Like you'd rather be able to hold to those full TPs because all right, so we were able to hold to this final one here at 816 on ACB, but then look at the merit trade that we had. This was probably one of the best trades in the market over the last, I don't know, 6 months when we called this one on the 1066 break. Now, the way that I had set up this option trade, yes, 600% to this second take profit level is great. But if I had the shares on this thing and we hit first TP, go stops at break even, second TP, stops to TP1 here, and we just ride this thing up, I would have made so much more money trading the shares. And that's one of the reasons why I've started to shift a little bit. Because yeah, you can turn very, very small amounts of money into very large amounts of money if you catch things with options. But if you're thinking about, all right, like consistency of performance and risk to reward, well, you have a better understanding of that with shares. The other thing about the DJT though is I was a little worried about the gap down risk. So that's the one thing that you have to keep in mind is okay, well, if you're going to have a stop limit order on um or basically a stop order on some of these trades, well, if you gap over it, you just get filled. Exactly. Then you can get a few hundred shares of a good company essentially free. We talk about that. Yeah, free shares. That's interesting. You're tying up money if you do the math. Right. So I mean, we talk about this a lot, but and I harp on this like aggressively in those course videos, but the only time that you would ever want to trade like realistically options over shares is in a time like we saw November to March when almost every single setup that we were identifying just went nuts. Because think about it, if you have to tie up a bunch more capital in shares, which you will have to do, well, then you can't take all the other ones. Now, on the flip side, though, does it make a lot of sense? Does it make a lot of sense to take all of those trades and have all of that risk across the board? I mean, not necessarily. Uh Shoot, I mean, I've been over this a lot. Like, I haven't been over there in what, like 7 months now? Yeah, I haven't been over there in a while. But yeah, you guys all have access until the end of the month for that 50% off deal to all that education. And I send you guys the watch list every single week. And at the end of May, when that sale is over, these streams are gonna be in just for you guys in those courses there. So again, it's one time fee. It's not monthly. Buying puts instead of shares makes more risk. Correct, but also buying the inverse 3 times levered or inverse ETFs also makes sense. That's what I was doing. Over the last 2 weeks? DRV, Biddy. There was another one. I just forget what it was. It was DRV, Biddy. Well, it was hilarious because we had that one week when the market was dying, and I was like, my market neutral portfolio of weed stocks and silver are ripping. Yeah, those silvers, I sold those at 535%. And then the ACB, you guys know what happened with that. But where's ES over here? Ooh, slip, slip. Yeah, but shoot the moon. If that trading style fits your style, go for it, man. Wasn't it silver? It was silver, but it wasn't silver. No, because I thought there was another inverse that I had. I know I tried to get Sox S one day and got stopped quick. But that was very similar to the Lebu decision. It just wasn't the best decision to make. But that's the thing. Like, if you can define your risk, especially with some of those shares, like I can have a couple of stop outs, but still be up over 20% in a month. You don't need very many of them. Like, I've said this a lot before. Like, the vast majority of your gains for the year are going to come from a small amount of trades. Like an ACB, like a Mara, like the crazy AMDs or the RKTs, the Affirms, like I mean, we are very good at having a lot of them. So Yeah, I mean, it's all on the Swing Kings list. I don't think there's anything really firing off from the list this week. Again, with Powell coming up, I mean, I'm not looking to do a whole lot. That's what I look for. Much easier for you. Yeah, yeah. The swings, man, are just filthy. Spot gold climbs nearly what? Geo, where's the dollar? Dollar down. Where's JNUG? No, that's below the 10. I can already tell it's just below. I don't want that. From my lizard telepathy, guys, just because it's not, see, this is the thing that people, it's like not hard to do. Like once you understand the setup and what you're looking for, and oh, I also give you guys the screeners too, like the settings that I use for my screeners. So I'll go through those every single week, so you guys have access to all the things that I look at. But what I'll also do that, again, I know some of you guys don't want to put the time in to do, is I'll like look through like the entire S&P 500, Nasdaq, and IWM every weekend and just see what looks good. I'll just sit here and go click, 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 and just like scan right through them. And then I just write down tickers, throw them on a watch list, send them to you guys, and then we print. Like that's it. It's simple as that. Yeah, Mara, can you just die here, please? Can you just knife force? That's really what I want. I want you to just sell hard. Remember, I did say I was okay if I was gonna be okay with it if it consolidated up in here, but it didn't. And then we print. Exactly, Mo. I honestly would not expect ES to do a whole lot going into Powell now. I thought we were gonna get a bigger reaction on some of the data that came in at 10. We didn't, so it's just gonna be a waiting game. Mara is setting up. You got out yesterday. Uh, Mara, no. I mean, this thing would be. I need it. Ideally, I want it down here. I want it coming down here. If we get 3 moves out of this launch zone that we have on Mara, I mean, if we get it next time, I'm 100% taking the shares. And a remark, don't get discouraged if sometimes you may print when others do, but you will learn a valuable lesson. Exactly. And this is the other thing too. I can't necessarily take all of the trades, remember. They are things that I'm looking at. Like, remember the Yum trade that you guys hit, or the ETN that was really good? I wasn't on those because I was trading shares on other things. I still did very well, but you guys were able to take some of those trades too. With I wasn't in them, and you guys crushed it. Yes, moving down. Is J Powell going to save the market from a huge sell off? If he announces a big slowdown of the runoff of the balance sheet, yes. If not, the hawkish statements are going to hold. But I mean, it's already priced in. I think that he's going to be very hawkish at this meeting. What do you want me to do, man? Do you want me to are you asking for money? If you're trading under any duress and you need the money, don't trade. As simple as that. If you're going to trade with any amount of emotional distress and you're not in the right headspace to be trading, do not trade. Stop spamming. Nope, we're done with this. I'm not playing this game. You're going on the steps. Yeah, I hate to say it this way, but like, get a job. Sorry. Like, I'm not sending you money. Those of you guys that want to come in and learn the long-term skills to have success in the market, you can also pay in installments. Yeah, you can, Nate. Yeah. So again, on the courses as well, you can also pay in installments. Like you just select like the Affirm or Afterpay thing that's on there, and you can just pay in. installments, and you guys are good to go to hop in there right away. It's not like layaway, like you get in there right away. Which honestly is a pretty cool thing for you guys to be able to take advantage of. DoorDash. Are you on downside on this one? Get a job. No, it's like I'm being serious. Like if you're gonna try and come into the market and trade under duress, you're just gonna lose more money and completely just like make your situation even worse. Most people out there would say, no, come do this. I'll help you. I'm gonna give you alerts. It's like, no, you're gonna get hammered. Your 3 times levered bear positions are started. LABD. What's that? You're going bear biotech? Jason. Jason, I don't know about that. This one that's fine. Because look at TNA. TNA is not having fun. LABD though, that's an interesting one. Oh, I was telling him DoorDash. And again, some people are not gonna like that response. It's like it's the reality of the situation. Like if you're gonna trade and you're like, I need to make a bunch of money right now, you're gonna fail. 100% guaranteed. You want to learn those skills to have long-term success? By all means, we got you. But do not try and approach trading as a way to just two things. One, to treat it like a fixed income instrument, or two, to try and make a bunch of money in one day. If you want to learn how to fail in the market, that's exactly how you do it. Root. David's probably kicking himself. Yeah, well, hold on. I'll show you something real quick. Oh my god. Yeah, but look at this. Look at Sock's ass, dude. Like, come on now. Ralph, I wanted this one yesterday. I just didn't. I know where the what do you call it? Like because I was in there when they were talking about it, and I was like, I just can't do it. Like it doesn't fit my setup. I can't do it. You describe those words: first learn, then think of the money. Learn the hard way. If you think about again, and I want you guys to think about it this way. You guys see me alerting all these not alerting, but like putting the craziest trades on in the market on the watch list, and just all the gains that you guys are making all the time. Like I like to showcase you guys too because it's awesome seeing you guys win. But my job, and I never think about the money in trading. I don't. I swear, I just don't. My only job in the market is to take high quality setups. That's it. The money comes when you think about it that way. Because think about like the process of trading. The process of trading is not trying to make money. The process of trading is taking high quality setups. It's a game. That's literally what this is. It's literally just a game. You have a setup, you can understand market conditions and have an edge, and your only job, I say this a lot too, is to be a steward of your system. It's not up to me. Money in the market is a byproduct of good habits. Exactly, Logan. Exactly. And biddy, Ralph. I kind of wish I was still holding the biddies, but again, it doesn't really matter because we were able to use those proceeds for some bigger gains there. Yin's back up. Where's Baba? Yin's back up 1.5%. Where's Baba? Baba's giving that look. Baba is starting to give that look. I just don't know what we're gonna do today. TMF. I mean, that and LABU. So I'm on the other side of Jason on this one. I think I'm on the side of rates coming down. LABU getting a little boost on that. But first step would be TMF. I looked at the XBI options chain and it wasn't great. That's what I was thinking about doing, but then I didn't want it. But if this can consolidate in here, fine with me. Fine with me, man. Let's see. Is there anything else coming through the feed here? I don't think so. China to adopt more preferential policies to boost EV sales. That could be good for NEO, XPeng, BYD, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, we got Treasury buybacks too. I mean, a lot of things are pointing to yields down. A lot of things are, and I want to be able to take advantage of it. I think I don't know, seeing yields down today and the reaction on LABU, I think is very interesting. If we can get a little sustained move down in bond yields, this thing can have a lot of fun. Which is why I'm like, should I take it? Should I not? Should I do it? Like, I don't want to miss the entry. Um, but I don't want to put myself in the same position that and be early on it like I was on Monday. Like, I'm still interested in it. The setup is still there. This thing is I haven't been able to get this one right. Sucks ass. Yeah, well, the other thing too, guys, speaking on like missing trades, those of you guys that like work 9 to 5 jobs, all you need is to set alerts on TradingView or on Webull, and you get those alerts sent to your phone, and you don't have to pay attention to you literally don't have to pay attention to anything until an alert goes off. Then you set your stops, your take profits, and you shut the phone down and go back to doing what you're doing. It's such a nice way to approach the market. This would have some juice on it too. I almost like the Lebu better. What about FAS? This is the bull financial because I don't like that. FAZ would be my downside move. I was looking at this. I was looking at that. Damn DJT, what did it do? I didn't have an alert go off. Did it knife? Oh! What happened? Did Trump say he's not running anymore? Like, uh-oh. Riot has a warning. 11:30 should be. Oh, that's interesting. Hey, you hit the like button and it went down? Hey, what the? Yeah, I mean, you still got what off of this? 1 to 5.25. Stops are at break even on the shares. That's what I was worried about, having the options on it. That's literally why I was like, I don't want to be playing around too much with that. Ouchie. ACB went down too, but I mean, that's after, guys. This is all after TPs have been hit. Like, ACB's down 18% today. But what was the risk to reward on this one? 1 to 4? So you locked in 2% if you sold half and risked 1. If you risked 2, you locked in 4. And that's where shares becomes a lot better, because yeah, you can make options positions free, but if you're going to sell a significant portion of your shares and lock in gains, remember the risk to reward is it's clean. You know what you're going to make, you know essentially what your risk is, unless again, the gap down risk. That's the one thing you have to be careful of. Where's TMF? Because it happened to me, what, 2 weeks ago? There was one trade that I didn't have very much, like I really had a small position on it, but then it gapped. Not crazy, but like, he's going to jail. I don't know if he's going to jail, man. Yin's up 2.3%. There we go. That yin position's looking good, man. That yin position's looking real good. So, let's see. Where's ES here? Literally doing nothing. These are not the days to try and be a hero, ladies and gentlemen. These are the days to sit back, relax, wait, and just chill. I mean, ACB is kind of testing the top end of this range here. We'll see what happens. I mean, that was just perfect. Supposed to shock the world. Interesting. All right, guys. It's 10:30 a.m. We're gonna be back live at 1:45 p.m. Eastern for Powell. You know what I'll also do? I'll also send you guys right here too to wrap it up the link to get 50% off the all the education. Remember, that sales ending at the end of the month. And then at the end of the month as well, we're transitioning these streams into 2 times a week into those of you guys that are members over there. So again, it's one-time fee. I'm always available to answer your guys' questions. I mean, you guys have seen the amount of success that people are having. You guys want to give yourself a fighting chance in the market. There you guys go. Other than that, I mean, please don't do anything crazy today, guys. Like it's not worth it. It's a crazy Powell day. Like, be careful. Be careful. There's gonna be trades. There is definitely gonna be trades. You just got to wait for the market to tell you where to position yourself next, which is kind of why I'm waiting on some of the yield plays. But yeah, and then along with the moving the streams into there, we're going to have a lot more content out here on YouTube for you guys too. So, I mean, I know there's a lot of you guys that are in there, so it's not going to be much of a difference to everybody else. But yeah, those of you guys that still need to hop in, we'll see you in there. Again, you guys have any questions on anything, once you're in there, I'm always available to answer your guys' questions. Just shoot me a message on Instagram or Twitter. Those of you guys that have just hopped in that are asking questions, you guys can attest to that. I'm always really quick with the responses over there. But I will see you guys later. We got a lot of work to do today. Peace.